Hey guys, in this video I want to talk a little bit about the reasons why Aisha got fired from Cobra Kai Season 3. Like, share and subscribe for more great Cobra Kai content, turn on notifications, never miss another Cobra Kai video ever again, and help get this video to 100 likes if you want me to keep on putting out more videos like this. So again, we're talking about today the reasons why Aisha should got fired from Cobra Kai Season 3, or at the end of Season 2, however you want to look at it because I don't know the exact details. But we know though is that he will not be returning to Cobra Kai Season 3. She basically advised on social media from what we've seen before that she spoke with the writers and/or the producers. And they said that they simply could not find a place for her in Season 3. And as a result, she was not included in Season 3. Now there's a lot of reasons why she likely was not included. And there's some things that I've read online, which I'm going to share with you. One of the core things I've read was because of Tori's inclusion in the series. So you might say, well, why would Aisha be left out of the series? Because Tori's in the series? Well, it kind of goes back to the relationship between Daniel and Johnny and the writers kind of wanting to try to establish that same or similar relationship between Samantha Russo and Toto, for example. Tori is somewhat like Johnny Lawrence while Samantha Russo is like Dale Russo. So they kind of stand off in that area. And it's interesting because in The Karate Kid, Johnny was the one that looked like he came from money. And Dale was the one that came from poverty. And it's like Tour here. Tori's the one that comes from poverty, and Sam's the one that comes from money. But you can see that, the traits are still there, regardless of the circumstance. When Johnny was rich, he was not a bad guy because he was richy out as false. But he was still very much the kind of guy, and now that he was then not perfect. Alright. But he still had a similar personality. If you look at Daniel back when he had nothing and Mr. Miyagi was helping him because I don't think he had anything for himself. Not a lot. Back in those days. Ferndale didn't really have much, he was really self-centered, didn't take accountability for anything, and felt that the world was always standing against him. And he's still like that today, even though he's the one constantly trying to prevent Johnny from reopening his dojo, for example, under the Cobra Kai name, I think someone said that he tried to jack up the rent or had the rent jacked up on Johnny to try to close his dojo. I mean, he's done so many underhanded things, right? So when you look at this relationship, you can basically see that people are just fed up, and they don't want to take any more nonsense. The fan poll that we put out, it basically showed that Samantha La Rosa is not as popular as people actually want to believe. In truth, she's actually a very unpopular character, because a lot of people feel that she is someone who doesn't take responsibility for anything that she does. And, you look at the Aisha situation. And you realize that this setup between Tori and Sam is so important for the series that it essentially resulted in Aisha getting pushed out of the series because they want to focus more on that relationship, setting Sam up, as the equivalent of Daniela Rosso, and Tori up as the equivalent of Johnny Lawrence. So for this reason, Aisha really just did not need to be in the season, even though the storyline was unfinished for her, the relationship between her and Sam. Again, the popular character right now is Asian because of the diet, because of the setup. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, for example, I'll be talking more about the fan poll later, but we took a poll and it actually showed that a lot of fans were not pleased with Aisha leaving the series. So he has a lot of support. She has a lot of fans. I feel like Aisha was in every man's person. Like you can see the perspective, she was one like that saw the perspective. For others, like we could see our perspective through the eyes of Aisha. She wasn't put super pretty and super and had when had this perfect life or, she was normal, a normal person, and just like Hawk, but she was rising above everything. It's so crazy because back when Cobra Kai Johnny's Cobra Kai opened. I entered the dojo and I think Johnny said to her, we don't teach girls, and I don't know if Miguel will tell them listen, she has money. And he's like, okay, fine. And it's so crazy because it was Johnny. It was hurt myself. It was Ida, that I believe really opened the door for Tori to enter the dojo. It's crazy. Because Tori's the one that's now I love Tori I like towards character, but towards the one that's now like basically taking center stage in series. But the truth of the matter is that if it wasn't for IE ship, and if it wasn't for Aisha opening the door for Tori, and hopefully and more women more girls in season 3. When Enlightened may never have happened. So you have to think about the bravery of Aisha and what she really accomplished on the series. But unfortunately, that just wasn't enough, because in Hollywood money talks, and you have to remember that these people are not looking like the producers, they're basically looking to cut costs everywhere. I don't know how much she was getting paid, she could have been getting paid $15,000. In episodes, you can be getting paid $50,000, although she was not a full big-time actor, and a lot of actors I've heard can make like 15 grand. So think about this, if she's making $15,000 an episode, this is a YouTube series web series at the time, right? Let's say it was $15,000 an episode, she was in 2 seasons. But that's not a lot of money. When you think about the amount that she has to pay in taxes, like half goes into taxes, a lot of it gets paid in taxes, the amount that has to go to like if she has an agent, the agent often usually takes a cut of that. And there's another potentially other cost in there. So she wasn't maybe not making as much money as people want us to believe. And you look at this, and then you think to yourself, like she really had it rough. Nicole Brown really had it rough. Especially since she evidently had like a car and there was an accident with her car, her mother was driving her car. And it isn't because to my understanding the insurance that she had only covered her but it didn't cover her mother. So the fact that her mother was driving the car, then the insurance company would not pay on the insurance. And as a result, Nicole was held liable for like the entire thing. So she ended up like with like $100,000 in car bills or something along the lines. It's pretty terrible. It's a really messed up situation for her and my heart goes out to her. Hope she's doing a lot better now. But yeah, it's the writers, honestly, from what I've seen really want to focus on paint and list. Tori, paid list her character's story. And, driving the rivalry between Tori and Sam more, which they've established and they are establishing and they want to push that more so that you have that setup. But hopefully things will be different in the coming season and we'll see some type of reflection and the characters kind of finding middle ground. For me, it's extremely difficult to like Samantha Russo in the first season. I thought that she was really pretty, but then in the second season, she just I didn't like how she treated Miguel, but it's something and I tried to understand it like when she got upset about the way he was behaving with Cobra Kai. But then at the same time, I'm after the tournament, I think, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like there's just like so much hypocrisy when it comes to Samantha Russo. And I know this is a video talking about why she got fired, but I feel like it's literally that position, between Sam and Tori where the writers want to focus and I just didn't have a place. And for me it personally sucks. Because I love this character. I love who she has as a character. I love the actress. I think the actress does a really good job. I think all of the actors have done an extremely good job. I think all the actors have done an extremely good job when it comes to portraying these characters. And I don't know, I just feel like at the end of the day, hopefully there's she can return to the series Aisha. Nicole Brown, the actress in Return series, hopefully in season 4, sadly, Dimitri is still there. And the crazy thing is, when it comes to the pay, I think it's possible that he was getting paid more than Dimitri. For example, like Dimitri, while he was involved in series, I feel like he was more of a side character. Well, Aisha was an establishing character in the series. There was Aisha, Miguel, Sam, and then they brought in Robbie. But these were like the core characters. Characters like Moon, we don't know much about them. They're really side characters. Characters like Dimitri, he's not such an important character for the series, although he fills a role. So evidently he's going to be in season 2, I think because Netflix did show him in the promo for Cobra Kai. They didn't necessarily say he would be there, but it seems that he very well because he was putting on the headband. And that promo that they did with all the actors, I just wish that they handled his departure better, but we'll see what they say. They can basically say like a fan pointed out that she went to another dojo or whatever, we'll see. But there's also some really great things that have also happened on the side of Nicole Brown that I want to share. She's really changed a lot. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. Hopefully, she's lost a lot of weight and I'm hoping that that could actually help bring her back for the next season. Like she'll come back and look like a total bad, like total bad character, like not bad character but like Hawk, like tough and ready to like ready to step it up a notch, and hopefully that does happen because I want our character back. Let me know what you guys think if you're sad that Aisha is not going to be in season 3. And how you feel about that, if you think she may be back for season 4. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, you want me to continue putting out more videos like this, more corporate videos like this, then please give this video a 100 likes. Also turn on notifications so that you'll never miss another video again. Don't forget to subscribe so you will always get your notifications. You will always get a notification whenever I put on a video, but you have to turn on notifications after you subscribe, so don't forget to do that. And also please share this video on social media platforms like Instagram, Reddit, Facebook and Twitter to help new and old of Cobra Kai fans and Karate Kids fans find these videos. Let me know what you think about the situation. What is she getting fired? Let me know if you agree with the reason or reasons that I gave why she was fired. And let me know if you want to see her back in season 4. We'll talk more about it later. Catch in the next one. Peace.